The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to the Factor Uncensored. Things got pretty uncomfortable for a room of mostly white pastors during the Southern Baptist Convention's annual meeting. A pastor named Kevin Smith from Florida took to the microphone. He spoke candidly about the church's problems with racism.
I think some Southern Baptists were unloving to black people beginning in 2012 with the killing of Trayvon Martin. I don't mean to agree about politics or policy. I just mean giving a darn that somebody else is hurt who's supposed to be your brother or sister in Christ. And I think some Southern Baptists just bent over and became political whores with this whole Trump stuff.
Now, the moment shocked a lot of people in the audience as well as online. I asked a panel of church leaders how they felt about his message.
So, Pastor Willie Davis, your thoughts on what Pastor Smith had to say about the Southern Baptist Convention?
Well, I think that his thoughts, of course, are, personally his thoughts, but of course there are a lot of different denominational opinions about a lot of things that relative to what's going on in our nation right now in regards to, I'm sure, the insurrection or whatever the drop may be. But I think that there's a lot of different angles that we can address these problems. And I don't think everything I was seeing racist. I know we have a tendency to pinpoint every issue in life based upon racism. And of course, I don't always agree racism exists, but I don't think every issue that we can characterize it in the form of racism. I think it may be his personal opinion, and of course he has a right to that.
All right, Dr. Ruth Olson, your thoughts?
Whorish, yes. Idolatrous, yes. I've seen a lot of that over the years. And let me tell you something. If pastors, men, women, white, black, Hispanic, anything you can name, if pastors can look at what is going on, what is being revealed about what happened under this administration, and then church leaders running after this guy, sucking up to him, there needs to be repentance. And if a person is in a pulpit and cannot address this issue, they need to sit down.
All right, Pastor Deckard, let's hear from you, your thoughts on what Pastor Smith had to say, calling some members of the Southern Baptist Convention political running behind the president, former President Donald Trump.
I think what caused the shock waves is when we heard the phrase "in bed with their political party." Now, other than that, I believe everything he said in his statements, which he has the right, freedom of speech, was factual and fair. And what I mean by that is the points he made, if you listen to more than just that one clip of being in bed with your political party, the points he made were there's a great divide in our churches between races. And the Bible that I read, when Jesus says, I have built my church upon this rock, it wasn't a black church, white church, or brown church, but his church unified together. But the reality of it is in America, we have allowed our prophetic voice and assignment to be put secondary to our political views and party, and that is not right. So if we're going to be examples, we must work together. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and we cannot get in bed with any political party over our prophetic assignment, which should be a voice for the voiceless, to be there for the hurting, the wounded, and those that are downcast. That's what love does. Not about my color, my race, my political party, but I have an assignment as a man of God, as a vessel of God. We have assignments to unify, because if God is love, then love has no race, nor political party. So everything he said to me was factual and fair. Now, we may have been shocked when he used the phrase, and I'm gonna clean it up, in bed with their political party, but other than that, and that phrase got our attention, because without that phrase, we would not probably be having this conversation.
You're likely right. Pastor Patterson, let's hear from you. What's your perspective on what Pastor Smith had to say about the convention?
Yes, I have a kind of slightly different perspective. I believe the bigger question, Isaiah, is what is this brother doing a part of this organization? As I read the article and saw the video clip, it appears as though he's been there for some time as a member of this organization. But even if he is not a member, the fact that he's so surprised about the membership of the organization, just coming on the heels of our Juneteenth celebration of 150 years of freedom of Blacks here being announced in Galveston, Texas, we're looking at the fact that in 1845, the Southern Baptist Convention walked out of the Northern Baptist Convention over the issue of Blacks being free in America. I need your listeners to let that settle in. The Southern Baptist Convention was organized and created in 1845 because of the anti-slavery attitudes of the Northern Baptist membership who wanted to end slavery. And so what we have then are decades of decisions, decades of obvious terms of political persuasions, or however this convention body politic is. And so Trump, Isaiah, is literally the Trump-it of the voices of the membership of this organization. I'm not surprised.
But
and Dr. Ruth, I'll give you the last word on the time we have remaining.
Yeah, I just want to say that if you look at what is happening now, there must be a repentance on the part of the people who embraced this situation with this man. He did a lot of things, and to see the Black women who testified even at this hearing today, the fear, the lies, we just can't shout our way out and not take into consideration the real danger to the people that we minister to unless we keep abreast of current issues and speak out on those issues.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. Interesting perspectives here, and we appreciate your time.